Hey, everyone, Alex here, and before we even get into today's huge Kansas City Chiefs update, I need to stop right here and say something really important. I know most of you watch my videos every single time I upload, and I can see the numbers, but so many of you still haven't subscribed to the channel, and I don't want you to miss out on any breaking Chiefs news. So if you are a real Kansas City Chiefs fan, if you bleed red and gold and want to stay ahead of every update, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and join our family, because this channel is the place where you get every single piece of news, injury updates, game previews, player rumors, and so much more. And I promise you do not want to miss what's coming next. Now let's jump right into it, because the big question every single Chiefs fan is asking today is very simple and very important. Is Rashee Rice playing today? This is the burning question that is making fans nervous, confused, and excited all at the same time, because Rashee Rice has become one of the most important pieces of this Kansas City Chiefs offense. And if you have been watching closely, you already know how much he means to Patrick Mahomes and the way this offense flows. But the uncertainty around his status right now is what everyone is talking about. And trust me, I've been refreshing every single update and going through every report to bring you the clearest picture of what's really going on. First, let's take a step back and talk about Rashee Rice himself, because this young wide receiver has been turning heads ever since he put on a Chiefs jersey. And when you look at the connection he's building with Mahomes, it feels like we are watching something very special in the making. Rice is not just another receiver. He's the guy who can take a short pass and turn it into a huge gain, the guy who can create separation and give Mahomes a reliable target when things get tough. So you can imagine how massive his role is in this Chiefs offense and why his status is such a big headline going into today's game. Now I know the tension is real, because Chiefs Kingdom has been waiting for any kind of clarity, and it hasn't been easy with all the rumors flying around. Is he fully healthy? Is he going to be limited? Will the coaches risk him in this matchup, or will they hold him out to make sure he's ready for the long run? All these questions are bouncing around in every fan's head, and I want to break it down for you in the simplest way possible, because here's the reality. Whenever you are talking about a player like Rashee Rice and the Chiefs medical staff, they are always going to put long-term health above short-term gain. That's how this organization works. But here's where things get even more interesting, because the buzz around the locker room and the practice field has been telling a story that gives Chiefs fans both hope and anxiety. On one hand, reports have been coming out that Rashee Rice has been putting in the work at practice and showing signs that he's ready to contribute, which is a huge positive. But on the other hand, there have been whispers about the coaching staff wanting to be cautious, because this team has Super Bowl ambitions, and risking Rice too early could backfire big time. And that's the chess game the Chiefs are playing right now, balancing the need to win today with the bigger goal of keeping Rice healthy and explosive for the rest of the season. So what does this mean for today? If you're a fan watching at home, you're probably glued to the injury report. And let me tell you, that's exactly where you should be, because the official status update is going to be the final word. But what I can tell you is this: if Rice is even close to 90% healthy, the Chiefs will do everything they can to get him on the field, even if it means on a snap count, because his presence alone changes the way defenses play Mahomes. Without Rice, defenses can stack more pressure on Travis Kelce. They can play tighter coverage and force Mahomes to look at secondary options. But with Rice out there, even at partial strength, He stretches the defense and makes everything flow smoother. And let's not forget what Rashee Rice has been doing this season. He's been racking up yards. He's been gaining trust with Mahomes, and he's been giving this offense that spark that Chiefs fans have been begging forever since the wide receiver room was shaken up. He's the guy who takes pressure off Kelce. He's the guy who gives Mahomes that reliable checkdown, and he's the guy who makes defenses respect every inch of the field. So yeah, his availability today is a massive deal. Now let me give you a little behind-the-scenes insight into how the Chiefs handle this kind of situation. When it comes to players like Rice, they don't just look at how he feels today, they look at the long-term medical, scans the risk of re-aggravation, the schedule ahead, and the importance of the game. They ask themselves, is it worth risking him today if it could cost us 3 or 4 weeks later down the road? And that is the calculation that Andy Reid and his staff are making right now. And it's not an easy decision because every game matters in the NFL, especially when you are chasing playoff seeding. But here's the exciting part. Chiefs fans, even with all the uncertainty, there's a growing feeling that Rice could suit up today. Maybe not for a full workload, but at least in some capacity. And that would be huge because even if he's limited, the impact he brings is undeniable. Think about it. You line him up out wide. You get defenses to adjust you. Give Mahomes another option. And suddenly the entire playbook opens up in ways it just doesn't without him. That's how valuable he is. And that's why this whole conversation about his status is so big. Now I want to pause here and ask you directly, Chiefs Kingdom. What do you think? Should the Chiefs play Rashee Rice today, even if he's not 100%, or should they sit him and save him for the bigger games ahead? I want to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment right now, because this is one of those debates that fans everywhere are having. And your voice matters. Another layer to this story is how the rest of the wide receiver room has to step up. If Rice isn't fully available, guys like Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, Marquise Scantling, they all have to elevate their game and show that they can carry the load. Because let's be real, Mahomes needs reliable targets. And if Rice is limited, then the pressure is on everyone else to step into that spotlight. But if Rice is out there, even for a few key plays, it makes life easier for everyone on offense. And this is where we circle back to the bigger picture. Because today's game is not just about one player, it's about setting the tone for the season. And the Chiefs know that keeping Rice healthy and ready for the playoff push is the ultimate goal. But at the same time, every single game matters. And that's why the anticipation around his status is so electric right now. So Chiefs Kingdom, buckle up, because today is going to be full of twists and turns. We're going to be watching the warm-ups, the official injury report, the final decision from the coaching staff, and every single detail that comes out. And I promise you, the second we know for sure, you'll hear it right here on this channel. Before I wrap this up, I need to say this again. If you're a Chiefs fan and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This channel is built for you. It's all about the Kansas City Chiefs. Every update, every rumor, every injury status, every game preview, you get it all here first. And I don't want you to miss out, so hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and join our growing community of Chiefs fans. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's update on Rashee Rice. And the big question, is he playing today? This is the storyline every Chiefs fan is glued to, and we're going to ride this wave together. Make sure you leave a comment with your thoughts and predictions, because I'll be reading through them and responding. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another update in Alex. And I'll catch you in the next video. But until then, keep believing, keep supporting, and keep that Chiefs pride alive.